Okay, so good afternoon. Welcome back to today's lesson for the reception, 11th of April. So, what are today's topics? Today's we are talking about the meaning of hospitality, the meaning of cliente, so the word of the guest, a little bit introduction regarding the guest management and customer service, introduction to the reception, why the reception is the heart of the hotel, and the main characteristics of a professional receptionist with do and don'ts. As usual, if you have some questions, we'll keep some minutes at the end, but you can ask during the lesson. Okay? Okay. So the first slide, it's the meaning of hospitality in the past, ospitalità in Italiano. So the word of hospitality comes from the Latinum, from the word hospitium, which was referred to the relationship between the host and the guest. So the meaning of hospitality is very ancient and it's beginning from the past, but then during the years, this meaning has changed. And it's related basically from a relation between the guest and the host. And also in actual times, more or less is the same basic meaning. The meaning of hospitality from the past was based to the relation of respect, protection, and generosity. In ancient times, offering hospitality was considered a moral duty. So, in many cultures, welcoming travelers is one of the meaning pillars, like providing food, shelter, and safety. The word of hospitality entered the language through Old French hospitalité. So it's very similar hospitality, hospitalità, hospitalité in French during the Middle Ages. So the interesting thing about this meaning is also that hospitality is two middle words together from hospital and hotel. So the meaning, the idea is always the same, to take care of someone, okay? The actual concept has changed through the years. So in today's times, it's not just a job. So a receptionist, you are not just doing a job. You are creating emotions to other people. So you are creating emotion to your guests and you take care of the guest. Hospitality means anticipating needs because it's not just satisfying the guests, it's anticipating their needs. Is making guests feel important. Every guest should be considered important. Is not one of thousand, but you should take care of. Welcoming everyone without preference for gender, culture, religion. Especially in these years, it's a very important topic. This topic, okay? So to don't have any preference regarding the gender, the culture, and the religion, and it's becoming every year's much important. Smiling even when tired. Okay, I know this might not be easy, but that's very important in reception job because sometimes there could be long days, a lot of check-in, complaints of the guests, but you should try to smile even if you are tired. Or try to, okay, it's never easy. Try to never lose control because you will also face some difficult situation. It's not always easy, okay? But try to never lose control. Transmitting safety, even if in normal situation, but much more important in difficult situation. We have to take care of the guests and feel them like they are in a safe place. And last but not least, create a memory in their heart. It's a very important meaning. I think that if it's the first time for you doing this experience, you will face a lot of different situations. But remember that the most important thing is not to try to be much professional and technical ever. The most important thing is to create a connection between you, so the hotel, the environment, and the guest. Because what keeps in our mind when we go on vacation is the feeling we had with the people. Okay, so create the memory in the heart. Let's go to the first rule to the guest care, listening. It might be obvious, but it's not. Learn to listen to the guest. Try to understand their needs, feeling, and expectations. Ask for feedback. Try to be in their clothes. Okay, so just not talk with the guest, but just listen. Sometimes is enough to listen what they say, even if it's a request, even if it's a need, a complaint. Just listen, okay? And try to understand what will I do if I was in their place. Remember that the guest is there for vacation, is there to have relax, to enjoy, and is he worked all the years to go on vacation. He collect money to go on vacation. So all these thinkings are important to understand, okay? Because when we are on the reception, I've worked in the reception for many years, so that's why I'm saying these things. Sometimes we forget to think the people on the other side of the reception desk, okay, what they are thinking, okay. But now, if I go on vacation, I can understand this because I work all the years to collect money to go 1 week on vacation. So when I go on vacation, I want to have relax. I want to be understood if I have some needs. I'm looking for comfort, for caring. Okay, so that's very important concept. I want you to understand. Always listen before speaking. And remember at last that all of us needs to be listened. Okay. Sometimes could just that person you are talking just needs to be listened. Doesn't need a response, a solution, a reply. Maybe just need to be listened. When you talk with the guests, always try to keep eye contact. That's very important. When it's me and you talking, I'm looking to you. I don't talk and I look outside, okay? Always look into the eye of the people you are speaking. Don't interrupt, okay? Just listen and then at the end you think and then you speak. And when you speak, make some pauses. Okay, speak slowly because the guest you are talking needs to understand you. And then, if it's not clear, repeat the sentence. Let me make sure if I understand. Okay. If you are sure, just try to repeat to be much sure the sentence is correct. I don't know if you have already practiced some job, some work type uh, where you faced this kind of situation. I would like you to tell me your experience if you had. Okay, let's go. First important thing after listening is empathy. Okay, in my opinion, this is the much important concept. Try to wear their clothes. What if I was in their place? Okay. When the guest is coming, checking in, that it's the first contact moment with the reception. Guest is often tired. He traveled lot of hours. In the middle of August, it's hot temperatures, traffic. Maybe they have kids crying. Uh, Late trains or flight was cancelled, the flight was late. Okay, all of these situations. So when you are receiving the guest for the first time, try before to think all of these situations. So you might face a person which is in a holiday. Okay, so he should be relaxed, but the first day arriving, maybe not. Okay. Um, it's not to say I'm sorry, okay? It's not this empathy. It's just to be in their clothes, so to understand and acknowledge the discomfort and also the situation and create a connection, okay? It's like to say, I understand your situation, okay? Without saying, it's not necessary, but that's very important concept. So, some common phrases could be thank you for letting me know, or let me help you. Sometimes just to receive at the check-in a guest with has a kids crying, he's tired, something like that. Just go to meet him at the reception and say, let me help you with the luggage. It's a first connection you are creating. It might be not important, but that's very important. Okay. If I'm tired, I would like someone to help me. Okay. Just if a little bit. Okay, is very important that you try to understand and feel the situation that the guest is having in any time during the stay, at the arrival, when he has a complaint. Okay, that's very, very important. The communication, every communication, spoken or written, every communication should be respectful. Okay, even if you are tired, hungry, even if the guest hasn't the reason at all. The communication should be clear, okay? So we have to understand each other. You will speak in different language, so take your time. If it's Italian guest, take your time to communicate clearly. You don't need to say many words, but just a clear communication. Take your time to speak calmly and slowly, okay? So the what I want to you to understand is that the guest doesn't need you to say many things, okay? Just the important things, okay? Try to smile. I will repeat this. Try to smile. I know it won't be always easy, but try to think about it and be positive. Reception job, it's not like to be at the computer writing, sending emails, doing the check-in. The main concept of reception job is to create the feeling with the people, okay? You are on the main department of the hotel communicating with other department, with the guests, okay? You will be on the center, the heart. That's why we talked about the heart of the hotel, the heart of the resort. You will face some problem. Okay, so another characteristic is the problem solving. No, it's not just to say, excuse me. We should try to give a solution. Okay, so to try to think the best solution, like upgrade for free, for example, just an example. To give the priority for the housekeeping. Maybe if there is availability, the guest is arriving at 10 a.m. We try to see if the room could be cleaned early. To give a clear explanation of timing. So maybe it's just enough to be clear on the communication. You see that every concept is linked to the other. Or give a clear solution. It won't be always easy. You will be for sure helped by your manager and your colleague. So you are not alone facing problems and decision regarding problems. But the important concept is to be clear with the guests. If there is a problem, just to pass the message, you are trying to solve the problem. I understand there is a problem and I will do something to solve it. Maybe in some situation it won't be possible to solve a problem, but what is important is to show you will do something to solve the problem, okay? This will remain on the guest's mind. Why the reception is the heart of the hotel? The reception is the first image the guest sees, the first impression, the first person the guest meets when is arriving, the first human contact after travel, the nerve center coordinating all departments. So, like the heart is coordinating all our functions, the reception is coordinating all departments. The reference point for any problem. For any problem of the guests, but sometimes for any problem of all the other departments. The official voice of the management, because in big resorts, big hotels, the management is having a lot of jobs and duties. So you are the contact from the management to the guests. So you are representing the management maybe sometimes. And the final contact at the checkout. So you will be the first person that the guest will see and the last person the guest will see during the stay. The real role of the reception. So the reception is not just about welcoming, but it's the bridge between all departments, guest restaurant, guest and bar, entertainment, housekeeping, maintenance. Why? Because when we go to holiday, if we have a problem in the room, we go to the reception. If we need to book a tour, we go to the reception. That's just an example. And the reception will manage a lot of messages every day. Room clean and dirty, room to be checked, extra beds to be put in the room. If something in the room is broken, if guests have some complaint, if the key needs to be replaced or bracelets needs to be given, if documents are missing or something lost in the room. Okay, so the reception is the central point of everything in the hotel. The quality. So, how the quality is measured in the hotel and hospitality. The first point is waiting times, especially on Saturday, Sunday, so the weekend, especially the check-ins are concentrated in resorts. So we will have during the week just some arrivals, some departures, but most of them Saturday and Sunday during the weekend. And waiting time is very important because if the queue is creating, we need to manage this queue. And after the waiting time, the speed of the check-in. We have to take time to do all duties regarding document registration, credit cards, payment, giving information, but just trying not to let the guests waiting too long. Okay. Give clear information. So maps, wristbands, information regarding services, the pool open at, the pool close at, the bar opens at. So if you have to give a map or something like that with all the information, give clear information. So we are returning to the other slides regarding clear communication. Problem solving ability, smiling and stress management, language and communication skills, and professional gestures. Okay, so how to deliver the key, how to ask for the documents, how to be to give the posture at the reception, and final aesthetic appearance and workstation order. Okay, let's talk about the first impression. Hospitality psychology studies shows that the guest forms an opinion regarding the reception in less than 7 seconds. Try to count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not much time. In 7 seconds, the guest is forming the first impression, the first opinion. So think about in 7 seconds what could be the best thing you can do. Smile, say buongiorno, benvenuti. Okay, 7 seconds, it's very short time. So that's what remains in her mind. It does not matter in these seconds experience, technical skills, if you are good with the PMS, but only appearance, uniform, smile, posture, and desk order. Like this image, no, represents the first 7 seconds. The fundamental skills of receptionists. Uniform and personal hygiene. It might be obvious, but it's not. So, uniform, you will have a uniform in the where you will go. It must be cleaned and ironed, tidy and complete with the name on the badge if needed, if it's requested from the society. It must not be wrinkled with sweat odor and dirty, especially in summertime. You will go to summer season So these are important concepts. The uniform will have to be cleaned. Regarding personal hygiene, no hair falling on face, wash hair, no messy unwashed hair, clean hands. Okay, so do your manicure, clean your hands always and frequently. Uh, don't put strange colors or something like that. Just simple manicure. No heavy fragrance, delicate fragrance, because there might be allergic gas, for example. There are people allergic to the perfume. No strong body odor, so that's even if might be obvious, but it's very important to be cleaned, especially don't have a strong body odor. It's not good for your colleague, it's not good for the guest. No unclean breath and no excessive makeup. Okay, so you have to be tidy to say. The posture. Posture communicates more than words. Okay, as shown in this picture. If I'm like this, even if I don't speak, I communicate something. If I'm like this, even if I don't speak, I communicate you something different. So, straight back, open shoulders, chest slightly forward, chin up but not arrogant, feet firmly on the ground, don't shake, don't shake. And slow controlled movements. Okay, try to be natural, obviously, but try to follow this advice. Forbidden postures, not because they are forbidden from the law, but because they are expressing closure regarding the guest. Okay, crossed arms, hands in pockets, leaning on the desk. Okay, in my experience, I've seen many times someone doing this, and it's it's not pleasant. Okay. Tilted body, sitting badly on a tall stool. Okay, or stand up or sit correctly. And also playing with pens, folder, or badge. So it's like, I don't have a pen here, but I think you understand, okay? Or mm, 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 talking with you, okay? Smile. Relaxed smile, genuine, constant, and reassuring. Natural smile, okay? Don't try to force yourself, but try to smile. Not exaggerated, not forced, not ironic, and not nervous. Take your time, especially on first days, to experience and understand, okay? It's normal that, especially first days, you will be nervous. But then try to be much natural as possible and smile. It's very, very important. The voice. The voice, it's not a detail. It must be clear. Think about what if now I try to speak well placed, slow paced, not too loud. It's different if I speak you clearly, slow, or if I say the voice is technical tool, not a detail, must be, okay? So I want you transmit this concept. The voice is also very important. How you speak, you have to speak clearly, slow, and not too slow, not too fast and not too loud. Always available. Okay, try to express your availability regarding the guest. And the voice must not be aggressive, with aggressive tone, monotone. What if now I speak you like that? You will be annoyed. You will be, you think I'm not interested in speak with you. Okay, just to say an example, it's very important. And I don't know in other nationality, but in Italy, the use of voice and the use of hands, you see that while I'm speaking, I'm doing something with my hands. I'm trying to express more than with the voice. How you speak, it's very important. If you want to comment, don't hesitate, please. Verbal and not verbal language. Regarding verbal language, phrases must be short, positive, clear, and proactive. Proactive, I want to say, in my opinion, it's important. Don't always wait the guest asking you. For example, if you see the person at the desk coming, ask, how can I help you? Don't wait the guest to say, can I ask something? Okay, this is just to be proactive. Also at the telephone, if you are receiving a telephone call, but we will then speak about this. Pay attention to eye contact. Okay, as I said before, don't speak with the guest and look outside and look to your pen, to your computer especially. Okay, I hate receptionists speaking with guests and looking to the computer. Okay, don't do that. Take your time to speak with the guest and then do your thing as the computer. Body facing the guest. That's also important. Like the eye contact. Don't speak to the person while you're in this direction. Okay. You have to completely speak with the guest. Professional walk. Okay. I don't need you to explain a lot of things regarding this. Like the posture, it's important. Don't shake. Don't try to be professional from the beginning to the end of your job. Your person. You are representing the hotel group in that moment. Okay, so everything you do in front of the guest must be professional. And at last, don't say phrases like, I don't know, it's not our fault. Okay. Always try to solve the situation, to be proactive. Okay. Even if you don't have that information in that moment, let me ask to my colleague, if you can wait a couple of minutes, I will check. Okay. Never say, I don't know, maybe comes later to ask to my colleague. It's not our fault. Okay. Negative phrases shouldn't be used. Okay. Try to concentrate in this. Then main do and don'ts. Yes to desk order with maps and materials. Okay. So the desk in many of the hotels is always facing the guest level. So the guest says everything. If the desk is disorder, in order, he sees that it's important to keep everything in order also for your job. Smile again. Name badge. PMS, which is the software for doing the reservation, check-in, everything is open. And the reservation list checked. Not to earphones, okay? Don't take your earphones at work during the job. Don't look at personal smartphone. If you have to do some calls, just go to the back office, take your 2 minutes when you have time and do your phone calls, but not stays with the personal phones and chatting and doing messages. No chewing gum or don't eat in front of the guests, generally. Not to talking to colleagues while ignoring guests. This is very frequent, in my opinion, in public locals, bar especially. If the waiter is doing something and chatting with the other colleagues, and I'm waiting like this, they say buongiorno, 1 second, 2 seconds, 1 minute. In my opinion, it's very antipathic. If you are talking about something important, just look to the guest and say, okay, I'm coming, just 2 seconds, I'm here. Okay. Not to sitting unprofessionally, annoyed expressions like this at the reception, for example. No to commenting with colleagues in front of the guests. Commenting to guests, commenting also to colleagues. It's not funny. And no to sunglasses worn inside. Okay. So these are the main concept. Okay. So now let's talk to each other for a couple of minutes. We have time. Have you had experience in this? What do you think about this? I want to know your opinion.
Thank you so much for the lecture. Thank you so much. It was so good. Thank you so much. We
Grazie.
understand a lot. And I have one question. When it will be the next lesson or lecture?
Next Saturday at the same time.
Okay, grazie.
Yeah, it was very, very nice. Your the way of your teaching is very good. I hope all the students are understanding it very well.
Thank
And
you.
the thing is that the material, the course material, and and the criteria, the decorum of the class is very good. I hope our interns, when will they will after completion of their course, they will go to a very good resort for doing their internship. And because of this course material, they will find themselves so easy in their internship to deal with guest and the staff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Esdras?
Yeah, I would like to also appreciate for the lesson given. It's really much important because it shows that reception is more of services, more of communication, and it also shows that the postures really communicate a lot. You know, the way you speak, the tone you use, the gestures you do, how you handle the visitor, you know, those are all about the reception. So I really appreciate because you showed us the way we should behave during receiving our visitors. You also talked about smartness and everything because we represent the place that we will be working from. So it's really very interesting and I've learned a lot. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Always remember, even if you will go having this experience and you are not 100% experienced in Italian, don't try to concentrate much in the conversation you are having, but better also concentrate on how you show your availability, okay?
Yeah, that is really true. The way you
Grammar,
appear, it's even the most important. Yeah.
yeah. For example, if you look to the grammatic, for example, it's fine if you know better the Italian, but
Yeah.
in my opinion, I would prefer you to have smile, to have availability, rather than to say that sentence correctly in Italian, but without smile. Okay.
Yeah, that is true.
Also, the
Yeah.
guest appreciates more if you force to speak a little bit in Italian, but you say that with smile, I will appreciate it more.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay. Lamir?
Yes, I want to participate on this because I already work during the university when I was studying. I work as a receptionist, and all of your slides and your lecture today is very, very useful. That's how we deal with people with a smile, with trust. We care. We show them that we care about them to solve their problem. This is very, very important, and is not only in hospitality of hotels. I'm a pharmacist, so in the pharmacy too, we like receive people. We deal with them with a smile. We convince them with the products. If they have some kind of problem, we solve their problem. So today class,
Yeah,
today lesson
it's
was
a
very, very
different
useful.
context, but similar.
Yes, the same context that you care, that you show them you care, good receiving them, smiling, solve their problem, the same concept. That's what I mean. And
And
during my work, okay, break.
And just remember then all of these things, no? It's important also because hospitality, as like all the other activities, we are there to earn money, okay? And remember that after all these meanings, everything, it's important to sell something more because, for example, okay, you say about pharmacy. I've had a bad experience yesterday because I went to this pharmacy, for example. I found a not very kind lady, and I thought I won't come back there. Okay, it's the same for hospitality because
Yes, the
if
same
you
yes.
if you feel your kindness, if you feel your availability, uh, like to go to the restaurant, for example, okay? If you show you are kind, if you show you are available, I would prefer to buy something else. For example, to buy a room upgrade. Why not? Or why
And to
not?
feel that this is a safe place for you, this is a comfort zone for you. That's
Yeah,
how
yeah, yeah.
when I want to buy something, I directly go there. Why? Because they deal well with me. They are good people with me. They're smiling. They solve my problems. Like they
See,
are permanent customers with me.
it's not important if there is a problem. It's not important you concentrate just in solve the problem, because sometimes you won't be able to solve the problems. For example, you are fully booked. There is AC that they broken in the room. You can't move the guest to another room. But if you show you are doing something, if you show your availability, okay, everything it's important, even if you have not solved the problem, but the guest will remember this.
That you
Okay.
that he remembers that you care about him. You care about trying, at least try to solve his problem. That's the
Correct,
impression
correct.
which will be good for him.
Sì, sì, sì.
Okay,
Grazie.
so thanks, grazie mille.
Thank you for your experience. Said?
Yes. I'll Thank you so much, Senora Stefania, because I find this course very helpful in terms of the communication with the clients and hospitality in general, because these soft skills are very important to leave a good impression about the reception, about the hotel in general. But I was gonna ask a question about when you mentioned a software called PMS for reservation.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have in this course how to use the PMS?
So not really how to use, because as you might understand or think, there are hundreds of PMS. So more or less they do the same thing, but they are different. But we will see some main concept regarding the PMS. So the technical terms of what is the PMS, for example, or something specific for the check-in, like in Italy, what it's mandatory to do for the check-in. This kind of topics we will cover.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, so thank you for participating today. We will then see you next Saturday, and have a good weekend.